Hey guys, today I want to show you how we can access files uploaded in a form from within a Microsoft Power Automate workflow. Now by default, the file component will upload all attachments directly to your team's SharePoint document library. However, today I want to run through a more complex scenario where we will use a custom workflow to push the files into an existing SharePoint list. Alright, let's jump straight in. So the first thing I want to do is set up my form, and I'll start from the document upload portal, which already contains the file upload component. If you don't already have it, you can simply access this under advanced and then drag and drop the file component into your form. For my file component, I actually want it to display any images that I upload, so I'll tick display as image and hit save. Alright, we'll publish that form and we'll go ahead and jump over to Microsoft Power Automate. Now over here in Microsoft Power Automate, let's go ahead and set up our trigger. We'll use the when a form response is submitted trigger, and we'll select our team, which will be the example team, and our form, which will simply be our example form. Next, we'll set up an action to create a list item in our SharePoint list. Now we'll select our SharePoint site, which will be our example team, and our list name will be my list. Great, now we have a flow set up where every time a form is submitted, we create an item in SharePoint and we'll populate a column called title with the title of our form. Next, now that the item's created, we want to get the attachments that were uploaded to the form response. And we can get that using the get attachments action. So we'll search for team forms. Under team forms, there's a get response attachments. So we need the team and the response ID. A neat thing we can do is we actually can make this dynamic by getting the team ID and the response ID from the trigger itself. So now, every time a form is submitted, we create an item in SharePoint and then we get the attachments associated with that response. Now that we've got that, what we need to do is we need to actually download the attachment. So we can use the HTTP action and we want to use a get method. And for the URL, we will use the download URL that's returned from the get response attachments. Notice here how it's automatically created a loop. That's because get response attachments could return multiple attachments. So it's going to go through and download each attachment. Using the HTTP trigger, we use the download URL and we go get, which actually downloads a file. So all we need to now do is upload that file to the item we created earlier. So we'll search for SharePoint. And under SharePoint, we have the add attachment action. And again, we'll go back to our example team, and for the list we'll use my list, and the ID will be the ID of the item we created earlier. So the create item returns the ID of the item. For the file name, we will get the name from the get response attachments. We have a name, and for the file contents, we use the output of the download action here. So the body. All right, and that's all there is. We set up a trigger, we create an item in SharePoint, we download all the attachments using HTTP, and then we upload them to the list item. So let's go ahead and hit save. And now let's jump back over to Team Forms. All right, so back in Team Forms, let's go ahead and fill out our example form. We'll upload a few attachments and submit that form. Now that that's successfully uploaded, let's go ahead and move over to Microsoft Power Automate to check that the workflow ran successfully. So over here in Microsoft Power Automate, we can see that the workflow has run successfully. I can even open it and check out each of the steps and what occurred. If we look over here in the SharePoint list, we can see that an item was created. And when I open that item, there are two attachments which have automatically been uploaded. I can click that and then open the attachment. All right, well, that's it for today. I hope you guys have found this helpful and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. If you guys want to see more content like this, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.